Alright guys, so the first part of Jujutsu Kaisen 0 collaboration is out now. I'm going to use this video to just give you guys a brief summary about this event and certain things that you may want to be aware of. Now, obviously the format of this event is the same as all other story events. So, same as the first one we get, the Homesick Horizon, it's also same as this one where Shadows Fall, the incomplete domain Megumi event. So there's not too much to talk about the format. You guys should already be familiar with it by now. Basically, you be through the event quest stages in order to get some residue. The hard ones have a limit of only 3 times per day, whereas the easy or the normal one basically can farm that unlimited number of times if you really want to. With those residues, what you can then do is actually beat the boss in order to get tokens, which you can then exchange for rewards. Now, one thing about this event which is a bit special is that there are actually 2 jackpot rewards. There's both the SSR Recollection as well as the SR version of Maki. So I will do a brief quick review on this SR version of Maki just so you guys kind of know what you're actually getting out of this event for free. The other thing I would also will be doing is I will be showing you guys gameplay. I'll probably just do it with you guys right now, basically on how to beat the special version of this boss. Now, one thing I also want to mention up front is that this is not something for now, but in the future, once you have already gotten over the jackpot for whatever prizes that you want to get, and then move on to number 10, which is basically a repeatable pool that you can keep on farming. I will tell you up front now that this is possibly one of the best event to farm, like full stop. The main reason is that first of all, if you actually take a look at how much token you get about 140 for actually killing the enemy. That is actually higher than the other event which is going on right now, which is this one, because for this one the incomplete domain Megumi one you only get 65. So you can already see that immediately you are gonna get a lot more tokens from beating this boss in comparison to other story events. The other thing which makes this really nice is that if you actually take a look at the event bonus, just look how many characters and recollections there are to buff up how much bonus extra token you can get, right? And remember, you get this Maki for free. You also get both of those 2 recollection for free. One you get from this event, one from the daily login. So by default you should already have 3 ways of increasing the bonus token you can get. And on top of that, if you have the normal SSR version of Maki, Toge, or Panda, you can increase it further. Like there's no other event with more ways of getting bonus token than this event right now. So if you do really want to farm a particular event, this is actually going to be the best event, like almost I want to say best event ever to actually farm it, purely because like how many different ways you can increase your bonus token rewards. So that's something you want to bear in mind. In terms of farming though, I don't actually recommend anyone start farming now, because obviously like I said, one of the bonus you're going to get, this is daily login. So obviously as the days move on, by day 7 you can actually max out this, and because each limit break is going to give you 1% extra token, you are actually going to be better off saving up your stamina and only start farming once you have actually maxed out this dupe, this recollection dupe. The other reason why I also don't recommend farming now is mainly because I know you guys are waiting for Utah, and to be honest, if you're not going to get Utah, you will probably be re-rolling this game, or maybe even quitting this game, let's be honest. So if that's the case, why spend your energy and time farming now when you might end up re-rolling in 2 days, or quitting the game in 2 days, right? So there's absolutely no reason for you to farm this right now. Just wait 7 days. Once you actually dupe out the recollection, then you can start farming on one of the best events in the game. Okay, now let's talk about this SR Maki. It's actually pretty good. I like him. Well, actually, I don't know. I'll show you something funny which I found. So this is the SR version of Maki. This is the SSR version of Maki. You normally expect the SSR version to be stronger, right? Let's take a look at skill 1. This one does 100% physical technique. Let's take a look at skill 1 on this Maki. Does 100% and also apply debuff. Okay, so the SR version have a better skill 1. Let's take a look at skill 3. This one does melee damage equal to 85% physical technique and also a debuff. Let's take a look at the SSR one. 70% damage. Like literally, I don't understand whether it's just because this SR Maki have such good skills, or just the normal SSR one is really badly designed. But if you actually take a look at the skills this Maki have, it's actually better than the SSR one. Now, granted, the raw stats of an SSR is always going to be higher than the SR one. But remember, you can dupe this out all the way to dupe 5 just for free in this game. Whereas with Maki, if you're not lucky, you may be stuck as, no dupe or just one dupe, or maybe don't even have her. So actually, if you do compare the two, the SR version of Maki is actually going to be better than the SSR one. I personally find this a bit funny, but take that however you want. If you actually want to play a Maki, this is actually the best one right now, even though she's only an SR unit. Okay, now is she actually going to be of any use though? The main thing with Maki is that you need to know that it doesn't use up any curse energy, and that makes it really really nice when Maki have an AOE attack such as this one, because what it basically allows you to do is that you can actually spam AOE attack, which not many other units can do in the game right now, because all other units, yes, they may have an AOE attack, but it will take up a lot of curse energy and they will just run out. So there's no way they can do it like consecutively. Whereas this Maki can actually do it consecutively, and that basically makes her one of the best unit to clear finish off mobs, etc. And also considering the fact that you can actually dupe her out, she's actually a pretty decent unit if you actually think about it that way. On top of that, she can also apply obviously physical technique debuff, and this once again remember this is the AOE, so that's quite nice. And if you take a look at her ultimate attack is also another AoE attack. So basically, she can just literally spam AoE back to back. And to be honest, I actually think that's quite nice. Right now, the only character with like 2 AoE attack, basically both ultimate and also have a normal command skill, which is an AoE, is Mekamora. And Mekamora is incredibly useful in domain investigation because of the fact that he can do AoE attack. And I think this SR version of Maki is going to be just as good in domain investigation. So if you haven't, cleared the very hard version of domain investigation, then I think this SR version of Maki it's actually worth leveling up and investing in her. And obviously on that note, if you still haven't finished the very hard version of the investigation, I will post a link in description below, and you can see how good Mekamura is in that game mode, and obviously Maki will be just as good. Okay, now let me show you guys how to beat this special version of the formidable battle. It's a pretty straightforward one, especially because this boss is actually weak against blue attack and everyone have Gojo, so you'll be able to kill this very, very quickly, okay? Now, obviously, bring as many characters as you have that actually have a bonus. So you can see here I have 1 Maki plus 2 Recollection. That's going to give me 52% extra bonus. So that basically means you'll be actually getting quite a few extra token of this battle, which is nice. The team I'm going to use is kind of the team I use for 90% content, so that's the 2 buffer plus 1 battery. That basically allow you to stack up as much damage as possible on this boss. So because I have battery in form of Kaito, I can afford to use my buff every single turn. Obviously for Gojo, you want to activate your Pride Recollection on turn 1. This is standard stuff. If you don't know why I'm doing this, check out my how to play Gojo correctly video. I'll share the link in the description below as well, and you kind of would know why I'm doing this and also why I use such a team against this boss. Okay, now let's keep on doing the buff. I will start buffing Gojo again on turn 4 and turn 5 to prepare for his ult on turn 6. But that basically means turn 2 and turn 3 I can do whatever I want, which is going to be a physical attack so that I don't use up my buff on my recollection. Okay, now let's keep on going. So you can see because the enemy is weak against blue, I'm already doing quite a lot of damage right now, even though it's not even been buffed up too much. Now, do remember this enemy actually hit quite hard, so you may actually have to level up your character a bit just to make sure you can actually survive them. Although because the enemy is somewhat on the fragile side, maybe even if you don't survive, you would still be able to kill it without kind of the last turn of buff anyway. Now this one is his ultimate attack. It's an AoE. It hits very hard and it does hit everyone. So that's kind of why you almost need everyone to be leveled up. Okay, now basically this is turn 6. My recollection on my pride is active again. So this is where I'm going for the nuke. So activate all of your recollection effect possible. Kaito will be using his ultimate as well for combo. And now I'll be using the nuke on Gojo. And that should be able to one-shot the boss. And yeah, so you see, easy peasy.